But I love you.
I love you more. All right. So, I was going to come and talk about Lashaya Knox. But I just found out, and I've been putting together, Jarvis Baldwin. He's from Fayetteville, North Carolina. He currently resides in St. Joseph, Missouri. He is employed with Right Pack Incorporated in St. Joseph, Missouri. His daddy's name is Anthony Green. He is a Freemason. His mother's name is Sandra Faye Green. She is an Eastern Star. Anthony Green is in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Sandra Faye, I think she's still in Valdosta, Georgia. He is working with them to reel people in so that they can take from people spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically. All right. He is in a part of an insurance scheme that is going down. All right. I had a baby by him. We were in a relationship for 3 years. I am just now finding out that the whole time he was paid to manipulate me, to take from me, to be with me. Okay? Now, I had records. I've been working on this sex trafficking case since I started awakening. All right? This was when I started awakening, when I left North Carolina 2021 and went to Washington State, December 2021. Okay? While I was traveling, because I'm an accountant, I know how to keep records. I never throw away receipts. He knew that. He knew everything about the sex trafficking investigation that I was doing myself with the spiritual realm. He knew because I was telling him, because I trusted him. But the whole time, he was working with his mama and daddy. So I now believe that the Eastern Stars and the Masons have something to do with this sex trafficking. And they know something about it. They know something about it. Because all my records that I had receipts from every hotel that I stopped at on the way there. Every gas station I stopped at on the way there. Okay? I had a box, a container with my receipts from my travels. Because they were business expenses because I was traveling. So, I had a container with the receipts in them, with my bank statements from the business. I had everything together. All right. I had it all organized. They were all in envelopes. Everything was in there. I didn't never get a chance to put it into my software, but I did have copies of everything. Okay. He knew all this. He was the only person that knew. Now, back in March of 2020, was it last year? March 24. Yeah. I had applied for housing in Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri. There are 2 ladies in the Kansas City, Missouri. I can't call their names right now. Kansas City, Missouri Housing Authority that may have some ties to the Eastern Stars or the Freemasons. They work for the Housing Authority. I cannot call their names right now. I see their faces, but I don't see their names right now. But for the investigators, find out who I communicated with, Dasharay Williams, communicated with at Kansas City Housing Authority, who I sent my documentation to, who I was communicating with. I also filed a complaint on one of them with HUD. Okay, there are records of everything. I see, Zoo, I got to get this out. So Jarvis Baldwin, I had to be there, I think it was like March the 7th or something like that. It was somewhere along in there. Between the 1st of March and the 10th of March. I had an appointment to go do an in-person interview. Now, I wasn't going to go I hadn't talked to him about anything. He called me out of the blue. And we were just talking, and he just kept saying he manipulated me into going to St. Joseph, Missouri to go to the apartment because he was working with them. They needed to get in my house so that they could get all the evidence and destroy it. Because they know that I know what I seen. They know that I had documentation. They know that. And they knew that because he was working with them the whole time. He is a part of this organized crime as well. Jarvis Hosea Baldwin. His birthday is November the 2nd, 1985. He lives in St. Joseph, Missouri. He works at Right Pack Incorporated. He is my son's sperm donor because he not talking to him no more. He can't get through on my line no more. He is not to be trusted. But anyway, he called me out of the blue a couple days before I had to be there, and he was just talking to me, you know, and I ended up telling him. He was acting like he wanted to see his son and all this, that, and the third. And I ended up telling him that I had an appointment coming up that I wasn't going to go to, you know, because I really didn't have the money to travel. So I was just like, fuck it, I wasn't going to go. But some type of way he manipulated me and got me to come. So we went. Okay? While I was gone, there was somebody that the Wake County Housing Authority, the dude that let them in my house, Ryan yelling. I don't know if it's Brian or Ryan, but I think he still worked there. Wake County Housing Authority in Zebulon, North Carolina. When I got back from Missouri, there was a letter on my door saying that something about geolocation or something like that. I still got that letter, but they left a note saying that they was surveying something on the outside or doing something. Okay? So I have that letter in where I keep my mail because I don't throw mail away. I don't throw receipts away. I do record keeping. That's what I did for a living for a long time. I don't throw receipts away. Okay? So he helped them get me out of the house for a couple of days so they could come in there and find my evidence and take it, because he was the only person that I told that I was working on the case. But he was working on the case with them. He been working with them. Okay? But I'm just now finding this out because I'm in here looking for my receipts and my documentation and my evidence, and I can't find it. And I know I had it in a container. I know I had it in envelopes. It was fuel. I had lodging. I had meals. You know, I had everything in order. And it was all in a container. And I had it all put up. But now it's magically disappeared. Something else that they took out of my house, because when I left, I felt like something was off. But I still left anyway. Okay? So I took my computer, I took my tarot decks, I took stuff that I wanted to make sure that I still had when I got back. As soon as I got back, if you ask my kids, as soon as I got in my house, I said somebody been in my house. I could feel that somebody was in my house. And it was evidence they left there confirming that they were there. Now, they was posing as a business or something, but the employee let them in my house. I don't know if they went in during the day or went in at night. There was one of my son's friends, so-called friends. They weren't really his friends, Calvin or Melly. They live at the top in the right. You can find that out, investigator, whoever listening. But they were asking where we was at, and I thought something was off then. But what they was doing was working with the housing authority, trying to find out how far we was and where we was at and stuff. There was also a police officer trailing me before I went on the side of the road and got the little thing in my tire where I had to call AAA to come and change the tire. And then the AAA dude broke my lug nuts off trying to kill me. All right, they was trying to set me up. So Jarvis Hosea Baldwin is working with Sandra Faye Green and Anthony Green, who are Freemasons and Eastern Stars, trying to take from divine beings, stealing, taking from, getting life insurance policies on, and all that. He is not to be trusted. He's from Fayetteville, North Carolina. He lives in St. Joseph, Missouri. But I knew somebody had been in my house, and now I'm finding out what else they took. They also took documentation of records being expunged And that's why I lost a job that I was working too. But I'll finish telling y'all later.